Hi Dragons, it's Monday, March 30th, 2020, and we are jumping into a week of three-dimensional possibilities. I am very excited about this week. I just needed a little change from drawing, and if you want to keep doing the prompts as drawings, you do it. That's fine, go for it. But I'm going to give you all week some possibilities of ways that you can make 3D forms using materials that you can find all over your house, probably right in your pantry, most of them. So today we will be getting to our prompt. Before we do, I've got a special shout out for you. Miss Fisher's class, I hope you are doing well. I miss you guys. I was thinking of you on Friday. I didn't shout out because it was a bonus video. I hope that you're doing great and that you're staying safe and healthy, making great choices at home and getting all your schoolwork done. All right. Well, let's take a little dive into our mailbag because I have some great photos and pictures that kids sent me from last week's artwork, and I want to share them with you. So here we go. Here's our mailbag. Friends, so I can't wait to introduce you to a special guest that we have today, and we are going to be focusing on this prompt. Draw yourself doing your favorite thing in your favorite place with your favorite people. Now, like I said before, I'm not gonna do it as a drawing, but if you want to do it, that's okay. I do want to teach you today about a special artist. We haven't really talked too much about artists yet in our YouTube videos, but I thought this week would be a great week that we could focus on an artist with every project and explore some different styles and different ideas. Today I want to introduce you to a very famous sculptor. His name was Alberto Giacometti, and Alberto Giacometti was born in 1901, so he was born a really long time ago. And he is very famous and probably one of the most famous sculptors of the 20th century. Very famous for creating tall, slender figures that were usually moving in one way or another, or made to look like they were moving in one way or another. He is somebody who's part of what was called the Surrealist movement, which means that he was not trying to make his figures appear realistic. And for some boys and girls, that's an important thing to think about because it can be a little bit frustrating when you are trying to create something that looks one way and your artwork isn't turning out the way you look. So some artists purposefully make their artwork appear different than it actually is. Today I have a very special guest to help me create some Alberto Giacometti inspired sculptures. Some of you will recognize this guest, and this is our friend from the primary school, Principal Blake. She's joining me today to do a Giacometti inspired sculpture. All you're going to need is tinfoil. Crazy. So here it is. I hope that you enjoy it. And if you do this at home, make sure that you snap some photos and send them to us on Google Classroom. I want Mrs. Blake to see what you make too. Here we go.
Well, hi, Mrs. Blake.
Good morning, Mrs. McKenrick. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you.
It is even better to see you, dear.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And we are going to do a project together today, as you know and are prepared for. But first, I want to ask you, how is it going with you working? You're working from home, and you have 3 children and a husband there as well. So how's that going at the Blake household?
Well, some days are better than others. I think we're moving into having more of the better days. The first couple days of trying to figure out, how are we going to rock and roll with schoolwork and be respectful of, me that has to do work with my teachers like I'm doing right now with you. I've been doing a lot of Google Hangout meetings with my teachers and my administrative team. But I also want to make sure that I'm being respectful to my husband because he's working from home too. So we've been sharing a lot of spaces, creating lots of schedules for any of the parents out there watching this. We are on our 3rd iteration of the Blake homeschooling schedule. The first 2 did not work to any of our satisfaction. So we did get rid of those, the children and I. And I think we finally found one that works for our family. So I guess it's been a little bit of trial and error in terms of how much work we're getting done, how we're respecting each other's space, how we're being kind to one another, and, figuring it out as we go. At the same time, some of the challenges have also been some of the greatest successes because I would never, ever have as much time with my husband or my children if I was not forced to stay home. So I am trying on a daily basis to find the silver linings. Albeit I do miss being in the school and I miss seeing all of the children and being able to hug them and chat with you guys, the teachers. It's just so different. But day by day, that's kind of my approach, day by day.
Yep, same here. We're doing the same thing. And I do think that what you're experiencing is probably the same thing that a lot of our Pembroke families are experiencing too, trying to suddenly work from home and have your children learning from home and everything else. I think there's a lot of people in the same boat. And but I think it's important that everybody and the kids know that that we've really only been doing this for about a week. And sometimes those things, routines and things take time. They take time.
Sure. For me personally, I like to have clean spaces when I'm working. So sharing this basement office with my husband for the first 2 weeks was super stressful for me.
Yeah.
Until he helped me create this space down here that made me feel like I was in my Pembroke primary school office. And I'm surrounded by things in this office. I'll do like a little term for you that remind me of the kids and the teachers. So even behind me on this chair, I have a knit or a quilted tic-tac-toe board that was given to me from the reading department. And behind me with the Dream Big sign, it was a gift that Miss Calarco picked up for me over the summer. And oh my goodness, I am drinking my morning coffee today from a mug that Miss Swazi gave to me a couple of years ago. So I'm trying to surround myself with things that make me feel like I'm in Pembroke with Pembroke people.
Yeah.
And I feel so good about that today because today is really, let me show you because it won't stay this clean forever. But I've got like the girl with the cape book and there's a little lantern over there and my wall art that was given to me. And then over there, my bookcase, I don't know if you can see over there in the corner, but see that giant book that says the kindness book?
Yeah.
That was a gift from a team. So I feel surrounded by Pembroke love, and I know I'm going to be able to help. That's going to help me mentally to stay focused and connected just by making the space feel like Pembroke. So.
Oh, good. Well, I am doing a similar thing. I've got my heart banner up here, which is usually what hangs outside of the primary school art room. Maybe I'll turn it a little bit.
That looks fantastic.
I'm hanging up all of the drawings that we do every day are going behind me kind of keep track of all of the work that we're doing. This break, just so we can visually see, look at all that we did. So speaking of things that we did, so today you have kindly agreed to join me while we answer today's drawing prompt.
Okay.
So today's prompt is, here's our sheet. Draw yourself doing your favorite thing in your favorite place with your favorite people. Now, I already let you know, and I'm going to be letting the kids know in our Friday video, that this whole week is going to be 3 weeks. So we're not going to do as much drawing this week as we are going to be making some sculptures. And our kids know that when we're talking about sculptures, we're talking about the element of form, and that artists can use forms to make things either appear 3D or actually three-dimensional, having length, height, and depth. So we are going to be doing a sculpture inspired by a sculpture artist named Alberto Giacometti. And you have available to you some tinfoil, just like I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Okay, and this is a really simple sculpture, but remember the goal is to make yourself doing something you love. So you can start, we're going to start with the body of our sculpture.
Okay.
You can add accessories. If there are, you can make the sculpture do different things. You could add things like, for example, if you wanted to play soccer, you could add a soccer ball. So Mrs. Blake, what is your favorite thing to do?
I'm going to say bike riding.
Ooh, that's fun. Very fun. Now, who are your favorite people to bike ride with?
My children, of course.
Your children, of course. Well, that's super.
Yes.
I remember when I was a kid, we would do a lot of family bike rides. My parents, my brother, and I, and it's always a really good time. I bet a lot of our kiddos are doing the same thing with their families. So we're gonna start. We're gonna rip off 3 pieces of tinfoil.
Okay.
They're all gonna be about as long as they don't have to be too super long.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. All right, now, there you go.
Okay, I'm getting there.
You're getting there. Okay.
I'm getting there. Okay, 3 pieces.
Now, in the preview for this video, I'm going to be showing the kids some pictures of Alberto Giacometti's work. And what they'll see is that a lot of his sculptures have elongated bodies, elongated arms and legs. And so we will also be talking about, and I want to mention this to you, that this doesn't have to be a realistic sculpture. We want this to resemble a human person, but it doesn't have to be perfectly proportioned. So the arms and legs, if they're longer, that's okay, because Giacometti's work is also more abstract. It's not as real as somebody else, a different artist who might do a very realistic carving or sculpture. Okay. Disclaimer, that's the disclaimer. All right, so we're gonna start with the first 2 pieces of tinfoil. We're gonna do the exact same thing too, which is we're just going to roll them up one way, and then we're just gonna squeeze them. Okay. So you're making a long tinfoil snake almost.
I'm just imagining like when I'm squeezing Mr. Blake's arm in the middle of the night when he's snoring. This is easy. I got this.
Just like that.
Just like that. One squeeze, done.
Okay, now we've got one more.
Okay.
Okay. Same thing. So what we're making here are the arms and the legs.
Okay.
They don't look like arms and legs quite yet, but they will. All right. Now this next one, This one is just a slightly different situation. We're not going to squeeze it. Instead, we're going to just fold it over.
Okay.
So fold it over and then kind of press it down.
Okay.
And do your whole piece of tinfoil like that.
Might I add that you give very clear, specific directions, Mrs. McHenrick?
Well, thank you, Mrs. Blake.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. Okay. You tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. So this piece that we just made is going to be the body of our sculpture. And we're going to add the legs. And what you're actually going to do, you're going to be folding this part in half here.
Mm-hmm.
And the legs are going to go inside of the fold here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So now you're going to take this body part, the flat piece, and you're just going to give it a twist. Just like that. Give it a little twist. Okay. To secure that, the leg. Now you can bend these down. Looking good, Mrs. Blake. Now you can bend them down. Oops, I just bouncing all over the place. So you've got your two legs, and this would be kind of like your hips right here.
Okay.
How's it going?
We need some Shakira. We're going to talk about that.
We'll put that as the background music. Okay.
We're cross-curricular when we tie in the music.
That's right. Mr. Clark. Camila Cabello. I saw that on the Google Classroom. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. All right. Now we're going to do what we did for the legs. We're doing pretty much the same thing for the arms. So we still have this open part here.
Yep.
And I'm going to take this other piece of tinfoil and I'm just going to put that in that open piece. And now I'm going to twist. I'm just going to twist to secure all my tinfoil together. So I might give the body another twist, or the best part about tinfoil is that you can bend it and shape it after the fact. And then my head is still kind of like an open craziness here, so I can mold that and shape that however I want to be my head. Just like that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so here's our person. So now we can create our person doing something that we love. You're going to do riding a bike. Now, for your bicycle, if you would like to make it out of tinfoil, you can. Or if you want to have your sculpture could be laying down and your bicycle could be on the table. Something that I also wanted to make sure our kiddos knew too is that if they wanted to make their sculpture in a special place, they could draw a picture of that place, and then the sculpture could be sitting in the picture. I am thinking that I might do reading a book, because I have been trying to do a lot of reading while we've been away. I don't always get to it, but I do love to read. So I was thinking that I'm going to make a little book out of tinfoil and see if I can get my sculpture to kind of hold.
All right, I'm gonna surprise you with my bike.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Okay. We'll work and then we'll reveal. We'll do the big reveal.
I like that. Okay. I used my imagination a little bit with this.
I'm totally into that.
Okay.
I like that. That's the whole point.
Okay. I hope the sculptor, Alberto
Giacometti.
Yeah. I hope I have
done
something to resemble his work.
Okay. Remember, it's your own work, but it's just a little extra art information for you.
Yes.
Of artists. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, I can't wait to see it, Mrs. Blake.
Okay.
Show us.
Okay. All right. So I said that I surrounded myself in my home office with things that make me think of Pembroke. So I grabbed a couple of those things to help me build my bicycle
Okay.
and create a picture that I am outside on my bike. And this is what I came up with. I will turn the computer. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Can you see it?
All right, hold on. All right, so that is great. Mrs. Blake, now go ahead and just tell us a little bit about your project here.
All right, so here I am, and I'm on my bike, and down here, I don't know if you can see, but I have my wheels to my bike, and I'm on the sidewalk right now, and you can tell I'm outside because there's a grasshopper there. Wait, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna wave. Hi, everybody.
That is great. I just love it.
Okay.
What a creative solution. I'm so impressed, Mrs. Blake. Very impressive. Okay, I'll show you mine. Mine is not nearly as cool as yours because it doesn't have any extra props. But I just did a person. I've been reading either in bed or on the couch. So usually sitting like this. I've got my little book here. Now I feel like it's not nearly as cool as yours.
It is better because you were the one who came up with the lesson here, Mrs. McHenrick. It's fabulous.
Well, you know what? And everybody's interpretation will be a little bit different. We're not all the same. We will have different ideas. That's part of what's really fun too about sharing our artwork. The kids have been posting their artwork on Google Classroom, and I get to see and respond. And the cool thing for everybody is that other kids get to see each other's work. And my favorite part is when I go into Google Classroom after kids have posted and I see what the other kids have said to them about their work. And they say the nicest things. Everyone just misses seeing each other, and then they always have a really sweet or nice comment to say about somebody's artwork, and I just think that's the best.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say to you, Mrs. McHenrick, that I am very proud of you, and I want to thank you for providing art lessons for our children while we're experiencing a different kind of time and a different kind of schooling. And I just want to leave with keep on being brave. Keep on trying new things and know that you are appreciated.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Blake. I really appreciate that too.
All right, so I'm meeting with my team and I have to rock and roll. So from us on our bike, and if I had little fingers, I would do a little peace sign to say peace out.
All right. Well, thank you, Mrs. Blake. I really appreciate your time today. Have a great day.
Henrik. Okay, bye.
Bye.